Welcome to FaHad RNurse. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most common yet life-altering respiratory disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD. This isn't just a single illness, it's a group of progressive lung disorders, mainly chronic bronchitis and emphysema, that make it hard for a person to breathe out fully. Imagine trying to exhale through a narrow straw. That's how patients with COPD feel every single day. The condition is irreversible but manageable, often seen in people with a long history of smoking or exposure to pollutants. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll understand not only how COPD develops, but also how to manage it like a pro nurse or doctor. Now, let's talk about what you actually see in your patients. The most common symptoms are chronic cough, excessive sputum production, and shortness of breath that worsens over time. But why does this happen? The persistent cough is due to inflammation and mucus hypersecretion in the bronchi, while the breathlessness results from air trapping where stale air gets stuck in the lungs because of narrowed airways. You may also notice barrel chest caused by the expansion of the lungs over time and use of accessory muscles during breathing. Cyanosis, fatigue, and weight loss often appear in advanced stages. Every symptom tells a story of the body struggling to exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide effectively. Let's break down how COPD actually develops inside the lungs. Step 1. Chronic exposure to irritants such as cigarette smoke or dust triggers inflammation of the airway lining. Step 2. This inflammation damages the cilia and causes mucus hypersecretion, clogging the airways. Step 3. The walls of the alveoli lose their elasticity, leading to air trapping and hyperinflation. Step 4. Over time, gas exchange becomes inefficient, causing hypoxemia and hypercapnia, low oxygen and high carbon dioxide in the blood. Step 5. The right side of the heart works harder to pump blood through the damaged lungs, which may result in cor pulmonale right-sided heart failure secondary to lung disease. It's a progressive chain reaction that transforms the lungs structurally and functionally. Management focuses on relieving symptoms, improving quality of life, and slowing progression. The first and most powerful step is smoking cessation. No medicine can work unless the exposure stops. Next are bronchodilators like salbutamol and ipratropium that relax airway muscles, followed by inhaled corticosteroids to reduce inflammation. In severe cases, long-term oxygen therapy is used to maintain adequate oxygen levels. Some patients may benefit from pulmonary rehabilitation, which combines exercise, education, and breathing techniques. In advanced stages, surgical options like lung volume reduction or even lung transplantation may be considered. Each intervention targets a specific point in the disease pathway to keep the patient breathing easier and living longer. As nurses, our role is critical in managing COPD holistically. Start by assessing respiratory status, monitoring oxygen saturation, and noting changes in breathing pattern or sputum. Maintain oxygen therapy as prescribed, but avoid excessive flow to prevent CO retention. Encourage the pursed-lip breathing technique to help patients exhale trapped air and improve ventilation. Promote adequate hydration to thin mucus secretions, and position the patient in high Fowlers to maximize lung expansion. Educate patients about smoking cessation, nutritional support, and infection prevention. Infection can trigger an exacerbation. Emotional support and patient teaching make the difference between dependence and self-management. Remember, nurses are the true bridge between disease and recovery.